Hello, you bread machine lovers, bakers, homemakers. Welcome to Butterfly Meadows Homestead, where hearts are warmed and the bodies are nourished. Today, I wanted to bring you along to make this quick video of how I make homemade mayonnaise. Now, for years, on and off, I had tried making a version of homemade mayonnaise, and we didn't like it. Nobody liked it. Finally, I tried this recipe. Some of the recipes are very simple and don't have a lot of ingredients. Well, this recipe has quite a few spices and seasonings in it, but it makes the greatest mayonnaise. The family loves it. They eat it. They prefer it over the store-bought mayonnaise, and I wanted to show you how I make it. Now, I use an immersion blender. If you don't have an immersion blender, I think you could do it in any kind of blender, but I don't have experience making it any other way than with the immersion blender. But the first thing I need, because I'm using the immersion blender, is a tall cylinder-like container, and this is a pint and a half jar. It's a 32-ounce jar, and it's straight, and it works really well. And then when I get it made, I'm going to store it in this little half pint jar because it fits perfectly in there. But what we're going to start off with is 1 cup of oil. Now, this is sunflower oil. I have used canola oil. The sunflower oil works really well. There are other kinds of oil that you can use. You just want to make sure it is light in taste. And we're going to go ahead and pour the sunflower oil in our jar. I'm going to go ahead and we have 1 egg, a fresh egg, as fresh as you can get it. If you don't have your own chickens, then get fresh eggs from the store. I know my farm raised eggs. I don't have to worry about salmonella or E. coli or any of that. But you need a fresh egg. I'm going to crack that into my jar. We are going to need, and I do have to follow my recipe because there's so many little ingredients, but we are going to need a half tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This is a tablespoon, and I'm going to guesstimate half in here. And we want 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And we want just a half of a pinch of garlic. I mean, not even a whole pinch. So there's a pinch, and I'm going to let some of that go and just put a half of a pinch. It's just a teeny tiny amount of garlic powder. And we want a half a pinch of onion powder. Just a tiny bit. A little bit goes a long ways because this is a small amount. And then we want a half a pinch of paprika. We need 1/4 of a teaspoon of sugar. Yes, that's right. 1/4 of a teaspoon of sugar. We need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. This is pink Himalayan salt. And we need 1/4 of a teaspoon of dry mustard. Now, this mustard is not for taste, but it causes the mayonnaise to what do you call it? Emulsify. That's why we are using the mustard. So let me make sure I got all my ingredients in there. And I do. I have everything. So now I'm going to take my immersion blender, put it all the way to the bottom, and turn it on. And then as it begins, you'll see that it changes and begins to turn white. And as it begins to emulsify, I will slowly raise the blender up. And that's all there is to it. Let me get a spatula here. And it will get thicker when you refrigerate it. It does get a little bit thicker, but it is pretty thick now, but it will thicken up a little bit more once I put it in the refrigerator. And so I just put it into my jar. There you have beautiful, delicious, homemade mayonnaise. You know exactly what's in it, so it's healthy, no preservatives. They say this will keep about a week or so in the refrigerator. I've never kept it that long because I just make this one batch with 1 egg and 1 cup of oil, and we usually use that up on our lunch sandwiches and so forth before a week. Usually in a couple of days this is gone. But I hope you'll try making your own homemade mayonnaise. The recipe will be in the description box below. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you tried it and what kind of oil do you like to use, because there are different oils. I don't like the olive oil. Canola oil was good. The sunflower oil is good. I think canola oil will give you a thicker, it seemed like the mayonnaise was quite thicker with canola oil. But let me know what you use. There's all kinds and all different kinds of preferences out there. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. God bless. Bye-bye.